Alright, so I'm just gonna do a quick video here on this ridiculous footage I got from CNN. Just like a brief little synopsis. I got up and DVR'd it for the sole fact that it was just, I could not believe what I was seeing. They're breaking down the suicide bombing scene that supposedly happened last night, but again, obviously it's another one of these ridiculous psyop drills that they can just pull now, regardless of the fact that some people get it, some people are seeing it. The masses just don't get it, and they're just going along with the script. And the more they keep rolling these events out, the harder it is is going to be to explain to people that they're hoaxes, because they're going to be like, well, if that's a hoax, then what is this, a hoax? And you're going to have to be like, yeah, and you're going to have to be like, yes, that's a hoax, and that's a hoax, and that's a hoax. And it's just going to become harder and harder to prove to people because they're just absolutely brain dead. But anyway, they do a little quick synopsis on the Florida shooting, which again, I don't believe. It's just too convenient for them. 14-year-old, 18-year-old. But the true thing is them analyzing this crime scene that they're allowing them to get right on the scene, supposedly after this terror attack. They would never allow this if it was real. It's completely faked. Just let's get into this bullshit. I'll leave a link in the description of a uncommentated version of this, so you guys can do whatever you want with it. It's pretty funny. I got a good laugh off it. We'll try to get a good laugh. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Gunfire broke out just after midnight in Fort Myers.
So yeah, the terror about that. They got a kid in a stretcher, so it must have happened. Yeah, with the ambulance.
They have taken 3 people of
Bring them in there.
custody. We're told all 3 of those people are adults.
Looks fine.
The investigation, of course, is ongoing.
It's an actor. All right, so she's puts this little face on.
The violent attack rattled southern Germany. Authorities now investigating if the attacker was Islamist motivated.
Oh, was he Islamic motivated?
Also searching the home of a 27-year-old Syrian national who detonated a suicide bomb outside of a music festival.
Okay, a suicide
injuring
bomb.
12 people. His home was located in this hotel, which is used as a shelter for refugees. CNN's Atika Shuka joins me live from the scene. Tell us more, Atika.
So she's live from the scene. And like I said before, I don't believe that they would let them on the scene like this in the middle of a crime scene. They're trying to say to just do their little synopsis of what happened, where the bomb shrapnel went and all this crap that I hardly believe. Like if it was that big of an explosion and only the bomber died, like they say it was big enough to do this damage, but it wasn't that big. It's just so much. This is such shammery. I can't believe she doesn't crack up laughing in the midst of this, because she's completely ridiculous, and she can't, like, you can't even be serious. When she points at some of this stuff, it's like, this is a crime scene? Give me a break.
Well, Carol, the police have just allowed us into the crime scene, and this is quite extraordinary because they have not entirely cleaned it up. They've done all the forensic evidence gathering they've needed. But take a look at this. I mean, it gives you a sense of what was...
They've done all the forensic gathering they've needed, but they haven't cleaned it up yet. They're just now letting the press come in here and do their terrorizing reports on how violent this situation was, even though nobody died. Well, let's just back that up, because I just feel like there's so much guilt in the way she says that.
Gathering they've needed. But take a look at
gathering they needed. Hold on.
Entirely cleaned it up. They've done all the forensic evidence gathering they've needed. But
yeah, all right.
I mean, it gives you a sense of what was happening. There are cards still out on the table. I can see bloodstains.
Okay, she says she can see bloodstains, and I know this isn't the best like view of it. You guys can see my uncommented version of it, but there is clearly no blood anywhere on this table. And she says there's blood on the chair too, and the back is blown out or something. There's like a little dent on one of the chairs, and they might have like pried off the back of this. Like if the bomb blast like was big enough to blast off that, like you would see like small damages to like a lot of different things, but there's like barely any damage anywhere.
This chair in particular.
Oh yeah, this one. Twisted out. Wow. Back blown out, twisted out, barely.
Where the main force of that explosion was. If you look over here.
Okay, so if that's the main force of the explosion, this little area that she's talking about, it looks like nothing happened. she makes a comment about all the press here too, but they're all plants. They're all just like absorbing this fucking nonsense that isn't even an occurrence. It's just a fakery. It's a stage. This is all a stage. But she says, yeah, like that was this is where the biggest area of a blast was, but there's like a bottle that's completely fine. It's just unreal.
If you look over here,
Oh, if you look over here, this is the funniest part. This is what made me do it, the chalk outline. It's like, it doesn't, it's got a giant head and the little skinny legs. Like, and that's the chalk outline. Like that's what they show you right there. Like, are you kidding? Like, how the person's leg would be the size of a fucking broomstick if that's the chalk outline coming down here, and he's got his arms out here, like he's got no center body and his head is just like this. And you know, of course somebody will be like, oh, the bomb went off, so his body was deformed, so right, so his head was flattened and he had arms and he looks like Gumby or something. Like, it does not make any sense. And this is looks like an oil stain more than anything. It doesn't look like blood. But whatever, keep going. And you'll see them pause on this red here, the red coating, and they want you to think fear and anxiety over this, when what they just showed you should make you laugh more than anything, not make you fearful.
Injured. Now, to give you a sense,
like, they really show that red.
It wasn't that big.
It wasn't that big. She says it wasn't that big. So all those police cars, there's plenty of pictures I'm going to show in a few articles here. They're funny. There's all these police cars. There's all this, harassment probably in the streets with machine guns over a bomb that really only killed the suicide bomber. And yeah, I guess, you want to bring order, you want to do this, but they're probably shouting at people, the guns drawn, and it's just, they're trying to condition us to this shit happening every day when it's not. It's all fucking fake. It's fake.
Of the force of the explosion, it wasn't that big, but you can see here, cracked right through the glass in a number of places. You can see a lot of cameras here as well.
A lot of cameras. Oh, it must be real, because all these other people are here, so that just validates it as being real. They're all gathering it in for their fucking other shammery, bullshit ass department, pumping this crap out every fucking day. It is nonsense. So we're gonna move over here.
And what we know from police is that he packed explosives into his bag.
Now she points up here.
Metal bolts, ball bearings, and screws.
And I don't know what this says here. It kind of looks like it says Apollo, and it would be the other way. So this is in reverse. I don't know what that is there. This is a reflection. And they show you this. They could easily just hit that with a hammer. Like, it doesn't look like a bomb blast. But this is like the funniest for me. They want you to believe that this crime scene, this card like just stayed where it was overnight. Like, all the cards were where they were. They just set this up for CNN on the cuff, like, quickly. And this lady somehow ran through here and explained all this shit as being a crime scene without cracking up laughing, without doing that, and I applaud that. But this is just a fucking joke. It really is. And like, I'm sure there's a significance to this 8 of diamonds, whatever that is. This whole thing is coded. There's you'll see on the menu behind her, it says 33 clearly, 320, 320, and 33 twice in a vertical format. 320 in gematria. I looked up the calculator online. It's the same value as suicide, so they have 320 written twice, suicide. I want to get to this real quick. These are supposedly bottles that were set out, or that were on the table and they left. So what? First they're saying it was a crowded scenario. It was just tightly packed, and some of the articles are saying it's a tightly packed, like, wine tasting bar or whatever. They set up 2 tables. There's like there's bottles on this table, and then there was maybe like a little party going on over here, so they say. Just absolutely ridiculous. Give me a break. This stuff has condensation on it in the middle of the summer. This stuff was just taken out of a fridge and put out. Let me know what you think, but that's what I think. It has like condensation on it. And like the bottles wouldn't be set up like that. They're all set up on one side. It doesn't make any sense. None of these tables have anything on them. It wasn't tightly packed.
But he didn't have a ticket, so he was denied entry.
He was denied entry.
Sat down.
But you'll see it here. They show it several times. I can pause it. 320, 320. It means suicide in gematria. And then you also get the 33 vertical, 33. I mean, call me crazy, but this 33 coding is in a lot of these events, or hoaxed events. And it's just, if you can't see that this is all coded, if this is all connected, if each one of these stupid breakdowns, every time they show us these things, we get the background for the guy a couple of days later. It's complete fakery. It's ridiculous that they get away with it, to be honest. He leaned forward and then he blew up. Yeah, it's extraordinary access to basically one of the shittiest looking setup crime scenes I've ever seen in the history of crisis scenario, real life simulation. I mean, it looks like maybe someone threw a tantrum and hit this with a hammer. Like, obviously it was set up, but I'm just saying, like, if it was a real scenario, it doesn't look like a bomb went off. It looks like somebody, like, hammered the window, hammered up here, and then, because this shit didn't even look disheveled, they want you to, because there's a picture off of its axis over here, they want you to make you think that a bomb went off, but clearly not what happened here. Nothing happened. So that's the end of the video, but I want to show that scenario. Only the bomb guy died, but they're putting out all these blockades. They're saying all this shit. You got these guys, these are the police, apparently. They got full frontal mask. Tons of ambulance. These are people mourning about the Olympia. This article ties all of them together, to reinforce the fear and everything. It's just a load of bullshit. Always carrying out shit. This is where he lived. But, they already got a backstory for him. He's an ISIS guy, supposedly. I'm sure if you watch any of these videos, you can get a laugh out of any single one of them. This lady, I don't know. She looks a little bit like she can't take it serious. Like, she might even break character. This guy, they got his eyes blurred out or something. These people are all worried. Oh, we are near an attack. ISIS. Alright, now these guys I'm more scared of. That looks like ISIS. Like, what the fuck? This is all because of a bomb went off and... Oh my god. No, nobody even got hurt. Apparently, only the guy died, and we gotta deal with this. We gotta deal with these guys are the boogeymen. They got a fucking gun here. He's got his hand, like, basically on the trigger in the photo. There's no mistake for that. This guy's like, what are you gonna do? Looking at the camera. What do you think, you're gonna revolt? This is like all terror. Like, that little small event, that's the problem. They're able to get these little small events. They smash a couple windows, but then they're able to do all this. And they have a backstory for him. Here's the guy, a town of 40,000, blah, blah, blah. The article's probably fucking hysterical, but this is great. Suicide bomber, nicknamed Rambo, who blew himself up outside the music festival. Come on now. Rambo? Like, give me a break. Again, another article. I'll link both of these in the description. They're probably fucking hysterical, all these videos. I just don't have time for it right now. Just wanted to get this out there. Again, that other video that I made of just pure thing, no commentary, anybody can rip that. It's the crime scene. They're going to be playing this up like it was a big deal. It was nothing. Nothing happened. The crime scene is pathetic. I can't even believe they aired it. Wake up, people. This is all part of the fucking problem. We need to stop this. We need to stop them getting away with worse and worse, quickly prepared stories. It's awful. It's awful what they're doing to everybody's mind. We got to stop it.